We had spoken to an architect and had some plans drawn up. We'd spoken to builders. We'd tried about every other option, and as part of that process we spoke to Greg when we were starting to think about actually doing a renovation itself. And I rang up Greg, he came around the same day, he came around and looked at the house and challenged us with some pretty dramatic changes and new ideas. The kitchen should really be the focus of the home. It should be where most of the activity is, and he positioned it squarely in the middle of the house, which was quite a dramatic decision to make. We had architects, we had new builders. No one really talked about positioning the kitchen in that way, and I think it's made the big difference. It's really made the home something special for us. I can only emphasise the trust that was involved in the process that we were going on with Greg. It wasn't just a lump sum building contract, it was cost reimbursable, and to a certain extent we were writing a blank cheque, but I think Greg came through with the goods. We never felt that we'd lost control of the process or that we were paying too much or anything like that. He was very clear about what we were paying for, showed us all the invoices, we agreed the percentage markups on the work that he was doing, and we were very happy with it. It cost a little bit more than we expected, but that wasn't a surprise to us, and Greg communicated this all the way through the process, and we were very comfortable with it. He was very honest, he worked very hard, he got the job done. He always turned up when he said he would, and in the current market that's something quite special in a builder.
We spoke to about 5 different builders. Everyone was busy and couldn't start, and we could just see ourselves being a long time before living in this house. And when we spoke to Greg, he said he could start straight away, and so he did basically start the next day, which was fantastic. When we originally spoke to Greg, we were just planning to do, like, as I said, keep the kitchen where it was, for example, because we thought it'd be more cost effective, but ultimately we didn't really have the insight to be, or imagination to be able to say, well look, it would look better here, whereas what was a bedroom is now our kitchen, and we've got this lovely open plan living area instead of having a kitchen which is a galley style kitchen, which would have been a bit dark and cold. And so that was just such a fantastic idea, and it's really made the house user friendly. Everyone comments on how lovely and open and fresh it feels. By listening carefully to what we wanted and looking at our family dynamics, he was able to say, well look, he could see what we wanted even though we couldn't see it sometimes, and he could say, well look, this would work really well. And we've got a little veranda at the front which the previous owners told us got fantastic breezes, and so we wanted to keep that, and it was Greg's idea to put the French windows into the kitchen. So we've got a lovely access from the front to the back, and we've got access to that front veranda that was not there previously, and I think we'll use it much more as a result. Friend of a friend is a journalist and was wanting a sort of upbeat renovation story, because I suppose there are so many bad renovation stories out there. So we had a bit of a chat, and they came out and took a photo, which was nice. And yeah, we had a very good renovation experience, so I think that was nice to have a positive side for a change. The quality of the fittings that Greg installed for us throughout the house really, but I suppose you notice them particularly in the kitchen and the bathroom, are very good. He gave us some good advice on what would work best in those areas. We are delighted with the services that Greg's provided us with. Very friendly, very amenable, terrific with our kids, and yeah, very good communicator, very good at consulting you. Just little things like he'd ring me and say, look, you know, the doors have arrived and there are panelled doors. Do you want, I can put the door handles at a standard height, but I think it would look better lower. What do you think? And whereas, you know, you'd come home with the average builder and they would just be stuck on, you know, for better or for worse, whether you liked it or not. So he did consult us over many smaller issues which we feel has made the difference in the long run.
We met Greg when we bought our first house at Morningside, and we were looking for a pretty solid house, and when we saw the house we just fell in love with it.
At first Abby didn't want to look at it from the outside, but because it was different, but I managed to get her inside, and before we got halfway through we were pretty much making an offer to buy it. When
we saw his house it just changed everything. Yeah,
it changed our ideas of what we really wanted.
Yeah.
It had everything in it that we needed, lots of space,
Had beautiful bathrooms, had
Yeah.
perfect kitchen.
Mm.
It had a beautiful spa in the middle of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was
Everything was really well finished. you
Yeah.
know, so yeah, it was good. We really liked it because it was much more modern, and
it was very retro.
yeah.
It was our kind of house. Like we were looking at all the Queenslanders and we had to renovate and a lot of maintenance. But with Greg's house, we just basically moved in and everything was there.
Low
There was
maintenance
nothing
was
to
the-
be done.
Was the key.
Yeah,
Um,
and all his all the appliances and all the bathroom equipment, they were very good. They were very clean. They were very modern.
Yeah, I mean, the first house that we bought had the most perfect taps we've ever seen. Everything, not a single drip, and you appreciate little things like that. Doors that close perfectly. All these little things, and his layouts as well are quite user friendly and family oriented. So and you see it in all his other houses that we've seen so far. His layouts.
Very different.
Yeah, they're different. They're not your conventional, but they certainly work very well.
Yeah.
When we started renovating our house, I had drew up a few plans, a few ideas, and being an industrial designer, I had certain ideas of what I liked as a design, and after speaking to Greg, he suggested maybe we shift a few things around and even do a little bit more extension work. To complement the style of the house that we had. It was a little bit more expensive, but it would add a lot more value to our house. Not just from a money point of view, but from a quality of lifestyle as well. It started out being a small project, just doing the bathroom. We're pretty much renovating the whole house now because
Greg's
he's
giving us ideas.
pointed out better ideas for how the house should work. Traffic flow and things like that, and entertainment areas. So it's not anywhere near as expensive or out of reach. And it will definitely add value to our house. So.
And he's making use of every room this time. Yeah, rather than a veranda, it's an outdoor dining as well, and it's overlooking the pool, so it's more useful to us.
We really like his ideas, he's very open to his suggestions as well. And the thing is, he's flexible. Nothing's concrete.